Good morning, children. Today we will continue our chapter Physical and Chemical Changes. Till now we have studied about many physical and chemical changes. We learned about many examples also. Today we will study about rusting of iron, which is a chemical change in the nature. And then we will study about crystallization, which is a physical change. And in the last we will study about reaction of ozone with the UV radiation coming out from the sun. So, what is rusting of iron? We all know that any iron object when brought new, it is shiny or black in color. But after some days, if it is kept in moisture and in the presence of air, it gets reddish brown coating on it. Means it loses its shine, it loses its luster after some days. What is this reddish brown colored substance that has been deposited on the iron material? This is called the rust. It's chemically a different thing from iron. It reduces the quality of iron, right? What is this? This is an oxide of iron. Iron is used in many purposes like making bridge, making ships, making car and truck bodies, and many other important processes involve the use of iron. Okay, so if rust is formed on iron, we have to waste a lot of money to remove this iron and replace that with a fresh iron, right? So lot of money is wasted to replace the iron materials like ships, cars, trucks, and all these things, right? So what is rusting of iron? We have to study about rusting of iron now. Iron reacts with oxygen and water to form a rust, that is iron oxide. Now, iron, whenever placed in the presence of oxygen in an atmosphere where the water is present inside the air, that means moisture is there, lot of moisture is there, iron gets rusted. A coating of reddish brown color is developed on the iron, right? That is the oxide of iron. It is different from iron and it has reacted chemically with the oxygen and water. So presence of both the things are needed here. If any one is absent, means either oxygen is absent or water is absent, then rust will not form. So both are required, oxygen as well as water. If any one is absent, iron will not get rust, right? So if we want to stop the iron from rusting, we have to take some steps. These are we will study just now. The first method by which we can prevent rusting is application of grease. Grease means just like Vaseline, some oily substance is coated on the iron material so that it is preventing the iron from reacting with moisture. The exposure of iron to moisture and oxygen present in the air is reduced by application of grease or oily substance. Okay, just like Vaseline or any other oil, thick oil, it is called as grease. So this is one method. Another method is we deposit a layer of other metals which are more reactive than iron to prevent the iron from reacting. The more reactive metal will react with the oxygen and it will prevent the iron from reacting with oxygen and moisture or water, right? Thus, the iron will not rust, but the chromium or zinc, it will react with the oxygen. Thus, the iron will be protected from rusting. The third method is called as galvanization. Here, we deposit a layer of zinc on iron. It is the same as we studied like chromium or zinc. This is called as galvanization. Here, zinc will react with the oxygen or moisture present in the air and prevent the iron from reacting. Thus, the iron will be protected from getting rusted. It will be prevented from rusting. Examples are the pipes that are fitted in our homes to carry the water in the plumbing system, right? Here the iron can get rusted easily. It is in contact with the water all the time. So To prevent it from getting rusted, we coat it with zinc. Means we galvanize the iron pipes with zinc so that it does not get rusted easily, and hence it will not break easily, or its quality will not get deteriorated day by day, right? Hence it will be there for carrying water for many years. Hence this is the process of galvanization. Another example is preparation of stainless steel. Here we mix the iron with other elements like carbon, chromium, nickel and manganese. Hence many metals are mixed. Carbon is also mixed with iron, and hence a new substance is formed which is completely different chemically from the iron. It does not get rusted. It is having highly high strength it is having a shine, and it does not get rusted over the period of time like iron, right? Hence we have made a new material by chemical reaction which is much different than iron. This is also another method. So this is all about rusting. Now we come to the next topic, that is crystallization. What is crystallization? It is a physical change or physical process, right? It is not a chemical change, because here we are obtaining crystals of pure substance. Pure substance means only pure substance will form crystals, okay? The process by which crystals of pure substance are obtained from their saturated solutions is called as crystallization. So we have to prepare a saturated solution first. What is saturated solution? Saturated solution is the solution which contains maximum amount of solute dissolved in the solvent, after which no more further solubility is occurring. Right, means how do we prepare? First we take, suppose we want to make a saturated solution of salt in water. For example, we take water, we keep on adding salt, till it gets saturated, means till no more salt is getting dissolved now. Okay, we add salt, it is not getting dissolved. Now we have to heat it to dissolve more salt in it. Now more salt can be added because we have already heated the solution. We can add more salt, more salt, more salt. Then finally a solution which contains maximum amount of salt is obtained. Now if we cool this solution, we will obtain crystals of salt, right? Because it is a saturated solution. Similarly, we can prepare crystals of copper sulfate from saturated solution of copper sulfate. In the same way, just as I told you about salt solution, saturated salt solution, we have to prepare a saturated solution of copper sulfate in water. Here we have to add few drops of dilute sulfuric acid also, because otherwise the copper sulfate will not get dissolved in water, right? So after preparing a saturated solution by heating, we have to cool the solution. Pure crystals of copper sulfate are obtained. Beautiful shapes of crystals are obtained. We have to perform this practical in the lab. Only then we will be obtaining the crystals of pure copper sulfate, right? So the last topic of today's class is reaction of ozone with UV radiation. What is ozone? It is present in the atmosphere, right? We all keep on hearing that ozone is very important. It absorbs the harmful UV radiation so that and hence it protects us from the harmful UV radiations given out by the sun, right? So how does this ozone react with UV radiation? It absorbs the UV radiation and forms oxygen. Ozone is O3. It has 3 oxygen, okay, atoms, but oxygen has only 2 oxygen atoms, O2, right? So ozone absorbs UV radiation from the sun and gets converted into oxygen. Now it is a chemically different material from ozone, right? So it is a chemical change. It is a chemical reaction. Thus it gets permanently converted into oxygen, and now there is no UV radiation to penetrate the ozone layer and get inside the Earth's atmosphere. because it has been already absorbed by the ozone, and ozone uses this UV radiation to itself perform the chemical reaction and getting converted to oxygen. Okay, so ozone is important layer in the atmosphere which protects us from the sun's harmful UV radiations. So today we have studied about crystallization, rusting of iron, and reaction of ozone with the UV radiation. If you have any doubt regarding the class, you can ask me during the clarification hours. So, thank you and have a good day. Stay safe and stay healthy. Today, your assignment is to complete the exercises given at the chapter of physical and chemical changes, as we have come to an end to this chapter. Right? So, complete the assignment and send it to me during the clarification hours. Thank you.